tight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by BlackRifleCoffee.com. Billy. The fucking lottery's up to $1 billion, Jables. Come on.
Is it gonna be like a couple from Wilmington this time?
Oof, I don't know.
Or is it gonna be the lady in the weird town in Florida?
I don't know. So we may have discussed this, may not have. I did a movie in, I want to say 2002-ish, right? Where my character worked at an office and all he did was play the lottery and he was convinced he was going to win the lottery.
Okay.
At his certain gas station, right? At this one convenience store, because it's always some weird name.
You have to be
store.
consistent.
Exactly. Yeah. So ever since then, I have been buying lottery tickets for, I don't know, 15, 20 years or whatever it is at this point. 2002. Super quick with math. 16 years. But I only do it if it's over $100 million. So I don't do like the fucking 9 or like, oh, it's a 12 million. Or I don't. Like, because I think it's a waste of money, obviously, and you're not going to win it. But anything over $100, I'm all in.
Okay.
So I've been playing as this has been going along since probably about 250 because I've been out of town. Some states don't have it. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, and they don't have that lottery there, the Mega Millions there. And I was just like, all right, cool. I guess it's only in like 16 states. It depends. Like states have partnered up together and weird shit. Yeah. So anywho's, I go in to take my child to school today because I'm the father of the year.
And you do it by yourself. And how do you do it?
I have no wife. I'm a single father. And
hilarious.
I go to my favorite convenience store to get tickets, and it's already, boom, 8:30 in the morning, 20 people in line. And I'm like,
Shut
whoa.
up.
Yeah, dead serious. There's no one in this
convenience store.
Well, it is for different reasons, obviously. They've got freshly made cookies in there. They've got a weird like Wi-Fi hotspot zone where you can just sit on the couch and chill out.
Sure.
I call it my favorite because it's hilarious. Of like, why would you want to bring your computer in there and just chill out on the Wi-Fi inside a gas station? It's not like there's a restaurant in there.
Yeah, but there is warm cookies.
There is.
And there's
20 people in line.
The root beer, right?
Yeah. Well, they used to. I heard it's seasonal. Not your father's root beer. I heard it's seasonal. Hopefully that season's coming because bing, 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 ding, 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 ding. Daddy needs it in his mouth.
Sure.
I wait in line, and finally, about 5 people go through all lottery tickets. All lottery tickets.
No way.
And so we're obviously in Wilmington, North Carolina. The woman, this old woman behind the register, is already frustrated about her day that early in the morning.
Sure.
And she just literally screams out to the line, if y'all are here for a goddamn convenience store, there's nothing going to be convenient about it this week because it's going to be a lottery store. And I was just like
pissed.
Whoa. Yeah. And all of us were in line. And I finally, it's one of those awkward situations where you're looking around at people, and I finally just blurred out. I was like, well, it is $1 billion for fuck's sakes.
Yeah.
You know? Am I right? And then that kind of broke the tension, but she's going to be in for it. And I think a lot of stores are going to be like that all week.
What is the issue that she would have with that, though?
Convenience store clerks hate lotteries across the board.
Why?
Because when you go to that machine, there's like 5 or 6 of them. So you have to specify what it is. Great. Okay. I'll take lottery tickets. Well, do you want Powerball or Mega Millions?
Right.
I want Mega Millions. Do you want the pick 5? Do you want the other thing? If they get it wrong and fuck it up, then they've got to rerun it through the system, get their money back, all that other shit. Then there's a bunch of people who want it individually. So they want all of their tickets individually, which I find weird.
Instead
I don't
of
know
all of them on one
thing. And so they ask you, do you want it individually or all in one thing? And I'm like, why? Some people are superstitious about it. Oh, so the people who are buying 50 tickets are like, I want it individually. Congratulations. You got to wait for 50 tickets to spit out. Whereas I'm like, yo, gas it on one thing, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
But I'll go back there. And now what I do when it gets up this high, this is my tricks of the trade, if you're out there, if you will.
Tried and true.
I go to different gas stations. So I'll go around to I'll find the weird places that I don't go. Because when somebody wins it, I tune in every time to see who wins it, like the big ones.
Yeah.
And then where they got it. And it's always like some fucking dirt ass city in the middle of nowhere. It's usually a Mexican. Mexicans always win this shit.
No.
Yeah. It is always Mexicans that win this shit. You ever seen Boys in the Hood?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Boys in the Hood, when Ricky's scratching off the lottery tickets on the back of that milk carton, and Cuba Gooding Jr. looks at him and he goes, "Man, I don't know why you buy that shit. Only Mexicans win that shit." It's true. It is. Yeah. And I think just because they buy more and more often,
right,
than the rest of us, and that makes sense because I don't buy them all the time either.
Right.
I only wait till the jackpot gets big
into the bill.
Yeah, like a bill. So I'm in it already for, I think I bought 10 this morning. So I'm gonna cruise around to maybe 5 other places and go I'll go a hundo. I might throw a hundo, James, on it. It's a billion. It's $1 billion. And then the other funny thing that I found about it in line this morning was immediately after that comment, a few people behind me were talking about what they do.
Right.
One guy, there was a couple of guys who were in construction. I'm like, man, I wouldn't be fucking digging ditches this morning. I can tell you that. But there was no answer behind it. Somebody else was just I'd quit my job or I'd pay for my kids' college or whatever. And I was just like, man. And then I start to feel like a dirtbag because in my mind, I'm like, I can see myself on that private jet.
Right.
Where it's just, there's a Yuki massaging us and
sure,
we're going around to different shits. The show doesn't change. And I want people to understand that at home. We're still doing the show forever. However, I am no longer flying commercial. I own my own jet with the St. James Street James picture on, the picture that is on this laptop. Anybody who's watching the video show at home,
be
on the fucking wing, like the Alaskan Airlines guy. You know how they have the Eskimo? Boom! It's just going to be the St. James Street James thing. And I'm going to stretch my legs on that. Have a whole fleet of St. James Street James jets.
I wish
cruising around the U.S. of A. Because again, I was in Atlanta, Georgia over the weekend, and I flew again. I'm not going to bitch about how awful it was because at this point it's expected. But I will say this: in the last 2 months, I have been on a month and a half. I've been in 5 different cities across the United States. That's a total of 10 flights back and forth, obviously, with the round trip. The flight to get there and then the flight to get back. Out of those 10, just to put this in a nice package for you of what I've been going through.
Please.
1 has made it on time. 1 out of 10.
It's a really nerve-wracking time now.
Yeah, it's awful.
You buy a ticket. Every time I go to the airport now, I'm like, what is it that's going to happen? It's never.
I tell you what I did to combat some of my frustration and everything else that I've done. Sure. Obviously, if you're a long-time listener and you're true to this, not new to this, you know my battles with TSA and how it always comes up with my cock. And sure. I'm not even joking about that. For whatever, there's a heat sensor. And I've started wearing sweatpants in airports and t-shirts. And I feel bad because sometimes I run into people and they're like, "Yo, Ross." And it's that immediate, "Oh shit, why does he look like he's homeless?"
Right.
I'm just trying to get through TSA at this point. And after this last series of flights, and I had my son with me, obviously, and we were going to our first game, which we'll talk to about that after the sponsors.
Because you're a single father.
And I'm doing my best.
Doing it on your own.
When you're with a child and you have 80 things to put up on the goddamn conveyor belt, including your shoes and all of that other stuff.
Sure.
I'll tell you what I did this time. Because I always get searched anyways in my bags. On the way out, my son's backpack got searched. Yeah.
Trying to think what.
That's what I said. And I
put in there because I packed it.
What could possibly be in a child's backpack? And they were like, it's probably food or drinks. Just let us go through it. It wasn't. It was pomade for his hair.
Yeah.
And I was like.
Did they let him keep it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But still, we got flagged for that. And I was just like, you know what? I get flagged every single time I go now. So here's what I did on the way back. Guess what? Not taking the laptop out anymore.
Because you get flagged anyways.
So
might as well just like throw it through.
Not taking my belt off anymore. Sorry, don't care. And here's why. So there immediately it's, sir, we're going to have to rerun this bag. You left your laptop in it. And I just said to him, I go, I know. And they were like, why didn't you take it out? I was like, you flag me in it every time anyways. This gives me time now to put back on the rest of my shit while you take that out of the bag. You put that on the thing. And I can hang out with my child, and I don't have to go anywhere else now. And I'm going to be honest, it was incredible.
Oh, did it work?
Oh, amazingly. Because here's what I travel with, right? I usually have a watch on.
Yep.
Got to take off the watch. Got to take off the belt. And then the phone comes out. My wallet comes out. And then, I think that's sunglasses. I usually always have sunglasses, right?
And then it's
so
like
those are my
the laptop,
and my tickets, the tickets to fly.
Yeah.
And what I do is I usually wear a hat because let's face it, you're in a fucking plane all day. I don't feel like getting gussied up for no one. And I put all of that stuff in the hats inside the tray. And then while they scan the belts and the laptop through again, that gave me time to put back on all of my stuff. And I was like, great, I didn't have to do that. You guys can do that for me. So if that's where we're at now, congratulations. I'm not pulling anything out anymore. And it was awesome. I got to put back on my shit in a normal pace because the rush when people are getting bunched up and you're trying to, and then you put back on your shoes and you have that limp, that gimpy fucking haunted, wee willy winky running through the town limp of like, oh, I gotta put my heel back in my shoe and I gotta sit down and you got a child with you and all that other shit. Now, this time I took my time. I put my clothes, my watch, my shoes back on and I stretched a little bit. Yeah. And then they took out the laptop and reran it through. I had to wait for that anyways, but that gave me time. Because typically I'd have to try to jam that laptop back into the case, back into the backpack, all that stuff.
Right.
Now this gave me all the time to put back on my stuff, hang out with my son, make sure his stuff was back on, put his little backpack back on and all that other stuff.
Pro tip.
Yeah. Then they ran it through the thing and I was just like, huh. And they're assholes anyways, TSA. So I was just like, great. The look on this lady's face was priceless. Because I saw her on the way out to the airport. So I saw her on the way back into the airport. And I was just like, hey. She goes, sir, you left your laptop in there. I know. What are you going to do about it?
How bitchy were they to you?
Oh, it was great.
How pissed.
It was great. And
so
then
I can't deal with that.
You can't, but I can. The other thing that I love about it in particular then is this. I want them to question because my face is on it.
So you want them to what?
I want them to question of like, yo, who is this guy? And why does he have his own face on his laptop? And why is he above the law?
Right.
Because I cracked the code is what I did. So you can go fuck yourself. Now I can get ready in style and just get like,
sure.
It's great.
Sure.
So at least that problem solved for me where I'm like,
I won't be joining you on that, but
you will. You don't have a choice, James.
No, I respect it, but I literally would die.
Sorry, Charlie.
Sorry. Like, can you imagine me? Sorry. Yep. Like, I literally cannot do it. I would be like sweating, just like, sorry. Yep. I left it in there. And like, it would just sound ridiculous.
I have the calmness of a rapist.
Oh, I know you do. You have the demeanor of an asshole that's been doing it for years. And I would be a first timer and they would know it. They would smell it. And they would literally kick me off. Kick me out.
Here's what the new thing is, and I don't know if when the last time you've flown is. When was the last flight you were on? Because this is only recent, the last couple of months. Have you?
Oh well,
I know.
I didn't fly
exactly
at all.
So yeah, it's been a while. So the new thing they're doing is this: all electronics out, iPad, phone, computer, laptop. So like they want you to pull all of that shit out individually, and it's like
the phone too.
Yeah. And I'm like, nope, all done with that. Yeah. All done with that. But in the phone is, here's the reason why. So I'm going to hold this up to camera. And this is a great story that I'm going to tell. I have that new iPhone X.
Sure.
Yeah, the $1,500 phone. We've joked about this before. I need more storage. Thank God I got it because I was out of storage.
It is a great phone, though. No,
it's got great pictures. That's all. Again, that's all it really has. I don't really give a shit about the rest of it.
Pictures are amazing.
But if you see how big this is it's a big electronic.
It's a tablet.
Yeah, you're getting close to a tablet.
Yeah.
That's why they want you to take this shit out, where it's just like, great. No, didn't do that. Our son flew with a tablet, and they wanted me to take out the tablet out of his bag, my phone, the laptop, along with my shoes, belts, all that other fucking shit. And I was like, no, you take it all out. So what I did was I was able to get him ready, once, put his shoes back on, all that other stuff, put all my gear back on. By the time it went through, boom, I was ready to go. Just popped it right back in, and good dates to you, sir. You
did take out his tablet?
No, left it in.
So you turned him into a little complicit?
Yeah, he loves it.
He loved it. What?
He loved it. I go, don't say anything about daddy. And he goes, I won't. And
was that
he's not a snitch.
Yeah, and he said I didn't say anything.
Yeah. Because he had. Well, here's why. Also, he had this little baby bag, right, with a fake baby in it, and it's that's a little backpack. Well, they were including that. They were like, "Sir, you can't bring 3 bags as a carry-on." They included that little tiny baby bag, and I'm like, "Man,
you."
Exactly." And I go, "I'm gonna smash that. I'm gonna put that in my bag, so don't worry about it. Like that's his little." It's about
toy.
It's about the size of this for the video folks at home. It's about this size of it's a baby doll, and I was like. No. So I go, you know what we're going to do, buddy? I'm going to put that baby in that little tiny baby backpack for him. I'm going to put it in my bag. You don't say anything about it. And I don't say anything about the tablet either. And he goes, I won't, Dad. At 4 years old, he's not a snitch. That's when I knew we were doing good. And he's like the sweetest kid on the planet. And
he's amazing. He wants a baby because I have a baby. It's
correct.
The cutest thing in the world.
Yeah.
He takes care of his baby with me.
But he's hardcore about it.
I love it.
And he takes it everywhere. And he doesn't let it out of his sight. And it's great.
He takes care of that baby.
It's awesome.
Baby Johnny.
So for TSA, and I was in the Atlanta airport, by the way, you're going to fuck with me and fuck with my kid's tiny baby doll.
All right.
Congratulations. You can unpack everything in my entire life, and
okay.
I'll take my time putting my shoes back on. I might as well have been Pretty Woman at that point. Like just taking my time putting my clothes on, like, oh man,
Pretty Woman.
Like I was having the Richard Gere moment where I stuck my hand in the pearls snapped, and I was like, oh no, that's how much time I had to get ready, and it was great.
I can't do this.
It was glorious.
I can't.
So glorious. The other thing they did. I
can't with you, Pretty Womaning.
The other thing that I did, that I noticed in the Atlanta airport, which is insanity. So Hartsfield Airport is the busiest airport in the entire world.
And most annoying. Right?
That is, yes, okay. that is a fact. The lines now for security are all going through one, which at Hartsfield, good fucking luck. They've hired, you're gonna die when you hear this. You're gonna absolutely die. They have hired an old man, an older gentleman, maybe early 60s, late 50s, early 60s, to play acoustic guitar songs that are soothing.
Oh.
So that you don't freak out on all of these long lines.
It would work on me.
So wait. They've also added lavender scent. So there's things on the thing. So it's lavender in. As I'm going through this, because now, and they're bringing a dog through the lines. Oh,
that has been a while, and that always annoyed me.
Same.
It's like, get the fucking dog away from me.
And not only that, but they're telling the children now, oh, don't worry about the dog. It's fine. And it's just like, how am I supposed to tell my child to stay away from like fucking huge ass dogs that are strangers when you're going to do it to him in a goddamn airport? They're playing Dust in the Wind. The guy was playing Dust in the Wind. Yeah. Lavender's going. And then, this guy's walking through with his dog of like, just let it sniff you. Everything is cool. And I'm like, none of this is cool.
No.
The terrorists have won. None of this is fucking cool whatsoever. So congratulations. I'm taking back some of my manhood. You can unpack all my shit. Sir, there's electronics in there. Don't give a fuck. I might bring a microwave on and put it in my backpack. Oh, is that an electronic? Sorry about that. That's my travel microwave.
Yeah.
I like to put my hot pockets in that
Battery
when I travel.
powered. Ooh, here we go.
Double D's.
Business idea.
Take some of those D batteries, and all it takes is 36 D batteries, and you can have your own travel microwave.
It's like 50 pounds of batteries.
Sorry, I need my travel microwave for my hot pockets. Was that an electronic? I didn't know. Sorry about it. Or a toaster oven, like one of those little. That would fit inside my backpack. A toaster oven.
For sure.
And then she'd be like, oh, yeah, sorry. I need my avocado toast. Wherever I travel, I need to plug this in for my avocado toast. So it's nice. You get it, right? Just keep fucking with people with the most annoying electronic things in the world. I forgot that I had that in there. That and just pull out some double-headed rabbit vibrator for two men's assholes.
The best is when I travel with all my sound gear. That's always fun because they're just like, meh. They're like, pull it out like they've never seen a microphone ever. And they're like, what is this? One guy was like, it was showing up as like just really weird on the thing. And I was like, what'd you think
it was?
It's just such a weird, like.
So, hey, look, pro tip, anybody out there, if
don't take it out, I guess.
Don't bother with it. If you want to take your time putting your clothes and shit back on, just leave your laptops in. They'll rerun it, and then that'll give you plenty of time to put your shit back on. You can sit down like a gentleman. You don't have to be rushed. Nothing. I just pretty woman did all day there at the.
Can I do that? You'd have to catch me. You'd have to catch me at the right time, but we'll see if I could join you on that.
Well, you're gonna have to next time you travel with me. I'm not taking this fucking shit out.
Yeah, and you're not gonna wait for me if I do the right thing.
Oh yeah, I will, but I'll be right next to you.
You can do it. You can totally do it. Yeah. And you'll be like, oh my God, you'll just be sitting pretty. You will milk it too. You'll be like crossing your legs.
It's going to be so great.
Grabbing a coffee or something.
It'll be great. And I'm going to tell the TSA people the same thing. Yeah, I know. Sir, you didn't take this out.
Sir.
I know. Yeah. Just didn't feel like it.
They must be like so like, oh.
I'm taking back a little piece of myself.
If I did that, I'd have to put on a little accent.
What accent would you put on?
Oh, I don't know. Just something to be like, oh my God.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm so sorry. I didn't. Oh, okay. You can go ahead and, can you do? And maybe I could deal with it that way. Otherwise, I would literally be covered in sweat of like doing the wrong thing.
I love it. I really do. And we travel out of Wilmington, so it's that tiny airport. And, and it's the same people every time. And I finally,
that's their one little joy or their one like thing of the day.
It is.
Because everyone's so.
Because on the last, I think like the third flight ago, whatever it was, I go, hey man, you stopped me every single time.
Every time.
You've patted me down in the same spot. I've worn the same clothes to try to beat this. And they were like, yeah, sorry, we don't fucking care. And I was just like, oh, cool.
We don't fucking care.
You don't care?
Basically.
Guess who doesn't care anymore either? The big guy. So enjoy all of my electronics. Enjoy my sweet, huge face on my laptop.
The big guy?
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm the big guy. Yeah.
And then drives. I travel with drives and all that shit. Take it all out, gentlemen. Put your hands on it. Enjoy it.
And they'll get you with the dick too. So they'll get you they'll get you coming and going.
Coming and going, you bet. Speaking of coming and going,
if anybody works for TSA, I'm gonna have to apologize.
Oh, you will.
You don't.
I'm not going to. Yeah. Sorry about it.
Yep.
And tell me I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
Sir, did you? Yep.
Yep. Sure did.
Yep.
Don't care.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I left all of my fucks. They seem to have been in my other pants. Because I don't have any to give you right now. I don't have any fucks to give you right now. I think I left those in my other jeans. So sorry.
You're going to get kicked out like Tara Reid. Your good buddy, you and her just getting kicked out. She got kicked out
because she was in Coach. I can guarantee you that. It was over a pillow. You know that, right?
It was over a pillow. Was she in Coach?
Yeah. Some of those flights, because here's the thing.
If she was in first class, you're saying she wouldn't have been kicked off?
No, because they give you a pillow. They give you all that shit. But here's the thing about Tara, I will say, after knowing her for many, many years at this point, she likes, if something is over, like an event's over, she'll get on an earlier flight to get out of there to go home.
Right.
She's one of those people, like she'll go.
She was wasted, they
sit
said.
there. Oh, well, who knows about that?
Okay, we'll keep going.
Yeah. Is that a possibility? You bet.
Is it a probability?
Don't know. It could be. Again.
All right, I know you're buddies with her, but
hit and
Lord.
Miss. Hit and miss. Hit and miss.
Okay.
So,
you're just throwing out sayings.
No.
Penny saved. Penny saved.
No, hit and miss on whether or not she was drinking that day.
There's video and there's test.
Some days she's sober,
Okay.
some days she's not.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
You get what you get.
Yeah, she's not one of those people who, like, it's not what it seems like where she's getting housed every day. It's hit and miss. Depends on, whatever's going on for that day. But I will say this. She leaves early all the time and takes earlier flights and like, she'll take a coach seat or whatever, but again with the airlines they don't give you pillows and blankets anymore. So that is an out thing in coach. You do not in coach.
I know
you do
that
not get that
because
anymore.
I fly coach. Tara, I know that.
They don't give you that anymore. They don't give you anything in coach. So.
And she fucking was rude, had an outburst.
Yeah,
and stormed off with her tiny dog.
Yeah, well, you got to at that point. You can't leave the dog.
She just
awesome
leaves the
if she
throws
put
it
the dog
and
underneath the seat and she was like, "No, I'll pick him up when I get there. He's going first.
He's gonna go.
Yeah,
and my bags.
Yeah, all
I'm
of
gonna
it.
Fucking party.
Yeah. Well, we got some sponsors,
Anyways.
Jables. Boy, you just keep going on and on and on.
Oh, I'm so sorry about it. I really am.
You should be. Talking about blackriflecoffee.com. I'm drinking it right now. Boom, it's in my cup. It's in my mug. My mug. It's in my Mogadishu.
Me too.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Just
It's in my mug.
if anybody's watching this video show at home,
he issued.
James is literally just put a Black Rifle Coffee sticker on a blank cup.
No.
On a paper cup.
It was going to be Sharpie. And every time you get a coffee, when you get your coffee club of the month box,
the subscription,
you get a sticker.
You do. That's true. You get a great sticker in there.
I know. Every time. So you could have them everywhere.
Yeah.
We have these everywhere.
I know you
So I was going to do Sharpie and I thought, no, you get a sticker.
Yeah. You know what they put in the box? They put a thing for a book in there too. For Jeff Kirkham's book over there.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Could you have done it for the big guy? Nah, you couldn't.
Nah.
Who sold more copies? Fuck off.
We do it on our own.
I know.
Bootstraps.
Going up by the bootstraps.
No help.
Go to blackriflecoffee.com. Sign up. Go to the coffee. They got bags. They got K-cups. They got the whole shit. We drink it every day. Some of the finest apparel in the biz, in the lands. The promo code is REVOLUTION for 20% off. That's a one-time use. And I know most everybody who's listening to this show they're like, dude, I've used Revolution. Tell them to get a new one. I'll give you a new one. Fuck it. I'm on one today. Sports, 20% off. I host a sports show with Dan Holloway. Yeah. So use that. That's 20% off. Boom. Go get your shit.
There you go.
Because you've probably used the Revolution promo code at this point. So use sports for 20% off. Don't say anything. Don't be a dick about it. We'll keep that between Uzies, Izies, and the 1.3 million listeners we have. Next up, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com.
Such a dick today.
Wow. We do have 1.3, James. Should be higher, to be honest with you. We got 4 amazing flavors at StrikeForceEnergy.com. A lot of people say, hey, Ross, did you put a little Strike Force in that coffee today? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. They got lemon, orange, grappe, and orange.
Oh.
I think that's French. I think I just did all their flavors in French.
You did, and it was
very, very strong.
fluent.
Very Gerard Depardieu.
I love a bit of Gerard Depardieu.
Who doesn't love a little Jerry D up in the biz?
He parties, man. I would
he
fucking
goes hard as fuck.
Party
I get it.
with him.
You know, France is like a socialist country, and they take half your money, half your thing. So he moved out of there and was just like, "Fuck you guys! You're not taking my goddamn money. I'm rich.
For sure.
I'm rich as fuck. I love being rich as fuck, and you guys can all get fucked if you think I'm paying for your fucking immigrants." So he bounced out of there. And there's some crazy. That's what's going on now over there. They're having a real bad problem. As are we. There's a caravan heading right now, and Trump was like, "Fuck you guys." From Honduras. Did you hear about that?
No.
We'll slide into that after
All
this.
right, let's get these.
Either way, look, if you were to, these caravan people could use some strikeforceenergy.com because they're all just walking here, holding hands. That's a long journey over to the United States. Go to strikeforceenergy.com. They get a 10-pack, 40-pack, and this 750 milliliter bottle. I'm going to slide it in from the side for the video peeps that you can boom, pop a couple squirts in and go to strikeforceenergy.com. Type in the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off, and that is a big savings. That is good every single time. Every time you use it. Yes, let's go. Use it. I love Strikeforce Energy, man. It's amazing. That's my pre-workout jizam. Next up, we got the fan fave, the audience fave, straightrazors.com.
Ooh, that's a clean cut. Smooth.
That's too long, James.
Oh, you're right. You don't tell me what's too long.
That was people are tuning off at that. That's too long. Yeah,
they're waiting with bated breath and just it's that thing of like you want to be startled. That fun thing of like, ooh, it's Halloween.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
We want a bit of this is Halloween. This is Halloween.
The pretty woman. Just,
I can't stop.
Woo.
Stop.
and the pearl snap in my hand, the pearl box. Woo! Straightrazors.com has got some of the finest accoutrements to shave with. Rumor has it, Gerard Depardieu uses straightrazors.com every day.
Obviously.
Yeah, he shaves everything.
That's a smooth face, huh?
Yeah, real smooth. So is his body. Google Gerard Depardieu in a banana hammock or a Speedo. Because he's infamous for it over there. Look at how smooth his body is. Tell me that motherfucker doesn't use straight razors on every last inch of that fucking...
I love that like barrel chest, big belly too, with the Speedo.
It's a wealth belly. You've got to be rich enough to be confident about it and joke about it. When Freddie Mitchell was on the show and he was talking about a wealth belly, it was just like, I love that. I love that. You know, over in Europe, by the way, to be fatter is like a sign of wealth. So like people are just 'cause when they walk around, they're like, shit, man. If he's eating that good, he must be rich. And I love that. That's fucking great. I wish that was the same over here.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it is. Trump's got a little weight on him. Go to straightrazors.com to find out if you're a man. Find out if you're a fucking man. Because the products they have on there are for men. They're not for little boys. They're not for lady boys. They're for real men. They've got shaving creams, beard, oils, conditioners, shampoos. Their straight razors are second to none. And if you're worried about using a straight razor, they've also got a safety razor. Go to straightrazors.com, use the promo code REVOLUTION for 20% off. That's a big savings there, and that's good every time. And if you're asking why I was talking like St. James Street James, it's because the book was coming up. Man, we have set fire to the fucking rain with this audiobook. This, When Darkness Falls, He Doesn't Catch It, my new masterpiece, is the highest rated book on all of Audible. That is fucking insane to me. It is a 4.99 and it deserves a 5, to be honest with you. And then everybody's going back and listening to At Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed. I had it on this feed for a little bit, but they pulled it on the podcast feed, which we knew.
They always do.
I don't care. I get a little slap on the beak for it, but whatevs. Go to Audible, pick up the books, man. It's funny now how everybody's switched to this audiobook. Like, it's catching on that much where everybody's just like, fuck, dude, I want this audiobook. Like, I had a group of people hit me up over the weekend. And they were like, you don't understand. We had a work trip. People kind of didn't really know each other, and everybody wanted to throw on an audiobook. So they were like 6 of us who work for this company, put your audiobook in. We had an 8-hour drive to whatever the destination was, like Orlando or something. And they were like, dude, it brought us all together. We died laughing. And when we went back to the office on Monday morning, all we were doing was quoting the book, and like nobody knows what we're quoting. And he's like, it's almost like we have our own little inside thing. And I'm like, it is. Yeah, same. I was stoked to get that email. But we're diving in here real deep. We're going into the deep end of the ocean.
You have so much energy today.
Well,
good for you.
I do a lot, Jables.
Good for you.
We'll get to the Honduras people later, but new caravan headed towards the border that we need to chat about. But first, I want to give a shout out to Baker Levitz. From Killcliff. He used to work at Killcliff. The Killcliff owns a suite at the Atlanta Falcons Stadium. was my mom's birthday. Also, I felt our son was finally of age where I could take him to his first football game.
Yeah, man.
Living the sweet life with Zach and Cody on that one. We got that sweets with those guys. They were fucking amazing. They had kids. The kids torched the place. And you can when you have a suite because nobody gives a fuck.
For sure.
Greatest seats in the stadium. Amazing experience across the board. And he doesn't smile in pictures. Obviously, it's impossible to get children to smile on time.
Yeah, well,
we'd field passes too. My boy Benny hooked that shit up, which Benny's going to be on Drinking Bros Sports. So we'd field passes too before the game. And the one huge smile I got out of him was the cheerleaders. The cheerleaders come over. When you're down there, they let you take a pic with the cheerleaders as well.
He's going to be all right. I think he's going to be all right. He can take care of a baby.
Yeah. He lit up, but here the reason why I'm telling you this story is not because I'm fucking dope and rad. It's not. What I'm saying, the reason why I'm telling you the story is this. So he's 4. If you're a parent at home and you're wondering if when's the right age to take your kid to a game, I don't know necessarily that my 4-year-old could have sat in the seats at that point,
right?
For an entire, because let's face it, a football game is 3.5 hours.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
That's the only thing I worry about.
Right. So you're either running up and down, going to the bathroom, or concessions, or all that other stuff in the suite. All of that stuff was there, and it was great. But doing that, that's why I took him at that age, where it was just like, all right, I know he can terrorize the place and be fine, but I don't know. Like that I would do that in normal seats because there's nowhere to go. You'd be annoying everybody else, and like to try to get a child to sit through the game. No, you would.
You're not annoying everybody else.
But a kid wants to run back and forth and play and you know,
right.
throw shit, candy and whatever. So it's like you're constantly apologizing. And I remember as a kid throwing a big chunk of cotton candy at somebody, and it gets stuck in their hair, this woman's hair, and no one wanted to tell her, and it sat there the whole game, and it was just like, all right, cool. So. Best guess scenario, if you're a parent out there, I would say 6 to 7 is probably your safe bet for going to an NFL football game because it's long. It's a long experience. But he had a blast in there. All those guys were amazing, and it was fun. It was fun, James. We missed you.
Wow.
We had you on FaceTime.
It looked so awesome.
It was great.
Full bar.
Dream day.
Wine.
Dream day across the board. My mom was just like, this is like the greatest birthday gift of all time.
She deserved it.
Yes. So we had a fucking awesome time. And again, hats off to you guys over at Killcliff for hooking that up, man. It was great. And then Benny for the field passes. Again, Benny's going to be on the Drinking Bros Sports Show. He's got some crazy stories about that type of shit. So I'm super stoked about that show in a couple weeks in New Orleans. And thanks, guys. We fucking lived our best life that day. These people who are coming over in this fucking caravan, I don't know why they're calling it a caravan, by the way. They're coming in from Honduras.
Okay.
And they've been organizing these, like, because if you claim you're seeking asylum, you get to come into America and enjoy all the fruits of the welfare system and everything else. Let alone, I'm not even going to get into the vaccination issue with children and all that other shit.
Sure.
Because the California came up the other day is the worst. It had the highest rates of children not being vaccinated there.
I don't know if that's Mexican though, or if it's hippies.
But either way, here's the thing: when somebody comes in illegally from another country and you don't have the proper documents as a child, how do you know?
Yeah. True.
Why even take that risk? Yeah. So this weird like polio disease has popped up in the United States right now, which we haven't had since fucking FDR was there. Yeah. Nobody can figure that out. Like and again, because and you brought up the perfect point. Is it parents here, hippie parents who are not vaccinating their kids?
Right.
Is it illegal immigration? All of them should be held accountable, in my opinion, across the board. Because if you don't have these records or don't do this shit as a child, put the fucking parents on trial for this shit that's going on. But yeah, there's thousands of people, around 3,000 is what they're estimating, these migrants who are coming in up through Guatemala from Honduras, and they want to seek asylum because that's still a law. Or if you say you're seeking asylum, then they have to let you in. Right. And Trump is like, look, you either shut this shit down or we cut off all funding to Honduras, which that's what should happen. Right. Last year alone, the U.S. gave Honduras $175 million. What the fuck are they doing with that money?
Seriously, I've been there and it's
You have been there.
Yeah, and I don't know where it would be going.
Where is that going there?
And I was definitely scared there, I have to say.
Why are we giving... Here's my other question to you about this. Why are we giving any countries money?
I mean, to
no countries are giving us money.
Right.
We have plenty of homeless.
Yeah.
Allegedly, we're fucking close to 20 trillion in debt right now.
Okay. Well,
are we a powerhouse? Like, aesthetically, we are.
Sure.
I think the USA has become like a sweet Instagram chick where it's just like, yeah, everything looks great from the outside, but if you're here and you go through, like, I mean, the homeless rate for veterans and all that other shit, like, there's plenty of other people we have to help here before this other stupid shit comes in.
Yeah.
Stop giving money to other countries. Altogether, who fucking cares? You know, and if you don't like where you're living, stop having children. They keep showing these pictures of like, oh, Trump's a monster, and they're not letting the children in, or whatever. If you're in these other countries and you can't afford to have a child, stop having fucking kids. And a lot of people say, oh, that's my religion or whatever, I don't want to pull out. Great, then your God should help you out. And figuring it out for what you're going to do for you and your child in that stupid country you're fucking from. Right. And that's how I feel about it. So I'm curious to see how this shakes out. So there's going to be a showdown at the border here coming up in a couple days.
When the caravan comes or whatever. Okay.
So there's going to be some form of showdown. I don't know what it is. The media is only using the pictures of like, oh, look at the kids. And they're fucking... Stop having kids, man.
No, but they always use those kind of pictures.
Jeez.
To make people be like, oh my God.
Yeah. There's going to be a massive showdown with this.
But my
I don't know what's
question
going to
is,
happen.
why can't you go to Mexico?
You can.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if things are bad in Honduras or whatever, like...
Here's the other thing. The Mexican government doesn't want these people either. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't want them. They're like, hey, get the fuck out of here.
Going.
Yeah, because then we have to pay for you.
Okay. Or they just...
So around the world, this is happening in every country. Europe, predominantly. I mean, it's terrible in Europe. France, Italy, Greece, and Sweden, there's a rise of this like far-right shit where Sweden was always neutral and everything was cool until immigration took over and they're like, oh, fuck.
Wait a minute.
Hang up. Let's back up the truck here. And that's why all these governments are changing over there, Brexit and all this other shit. It's just immigration. Because you're trying to figure out how to pay for all this shit.
Right.
And then these people come in and they're fucking dicks here, most of them. And you're just like, all right, sweet. So I don't know. Curious to see how that all shakes out. The other thing I was curious to see how it was going to shake out last night was the Connors.
Oh, yeah.
This stupid fucking thing. She was on Joe Rogan the other day. Roseanne was. You caught part of that.
I listened to the whole thing, yeah.
Oh,
and I watched her Vice thing because I'm now fascinated because I just feel so bad for her all of a sudden.
Yeah.
I don't know. It like happened pretty recently, but I think it was the Rogan thing.
You had an interesting take on it yesterday. If you could share it with the audience, we were off air. You said that she hit it right at the crux of all of this Me Too.
Yeah, and Rogan kind of was alluding to that too, where it's like whatever we were going through, and you guys remember it, where it was just like you couldn't say anything.
Say or do anything, yeah.
So
which you still can't, to be honest.
Right at the peak, and all these, you can't.
Yeah.
But there, she just hit some kind of week or something that Trump did or whatever, where she just hit it at the exact right time of it, which people were just outraged. But had it happened, I don't know, like now, or you know what I mean? When things were kind of, I don't know, smoothing out a little bit,
Louis C.K. and Aziz Ansari and all these guys
things were starting
back.
to get, people were starting to get forgiven, and we were starting to be like, this culture is crazy, and people are starting to a little bit come around to like, I can't live in this outrage culture. It's just too much, right? So
Sure.
There is some people now that are like, calm down. Like, when are we going to forgive people? When do they get off the hook? Why can't they apologize, right?
Right.
So I think she just hit it right before, and it was this crazy wave that was coming. But yeah, like her life's work, and that's what she's saying is it's just it's the worst thing to have happened, where her life's work is being played out by someone else. She puts everything into that show. It's her life. It's the way she was brought up. It's every joke, everything that she writes is from her actual past.
Yep.
And so it's just really sad and she is sorry. And it just feels like, and she has mental health issues and like, it just kind of seems a bit much.
Yeah. So you listened to that and watched the interviews. I watched the show last night so we could talk about it. I watched the Connors last night and fuck me, it was awful. How do you, the show is called Roseanne. Then you take Roseanne off of the show. And look, God bless John Goodman and Laurie Metcalf. They're fantastic actors. Like some of the best we have. They were really doing their best last night. The rest of that cast, they're not strong enough. They were fringe players with Roseanne, and it was fine. And you could look past it because you had Roseanne anchoring it, and John Goodman and Laurie Metcalf. Now you don't have her anymore. They killed her off. Spoiler alert! So you can cup your baby ears if you don't want to hear it. From an opioid addiction that the family didn't know about, which is like so sad. Like, don't make it fucking on top of it. She's a drug addict. Like, fuck you, dude. Because they said, she said she's had mental health issues and been on different medications and all that stuff. Absolutely. So then you're gonna kill her off with opioids. It's just fucked up, dude. Yeah, and I watched it. I thought it was shitty, and I went to Twitter to find out what everybody else thought. I know I've said this before 1,000 times, and I'll say it 1,000 more times again. You cannot trust Twitter anymore. Half of these accounts were bots. Okay, what were they saying? So one said because there was a black Marine or somebody in the military that came on, this black woman. Okay, and somebody had written in like, "I'm not watching the Connors anymore. Not only did they take off Roseanne, but they also put a black in it." And some people had responded to it. I popped open that account. It was just created. It was fake. They put a black in it? That was the exact phrase. And I was just like, oh my God. And this has been happening more and more and more with top stories. And I don't know where it's coming from, if this is Russia, if this is here, if this is networks. Because networks do this shit too, and they do it with Lethal Weapon. That was the other one I noticed it on TV-wise when they got rid of Klain, was they had a bunch of bots and a bunch of people who had brand new accounts on Twitter who were writing, like when Klain got fired from Lethal Weapon, oh, I love Sean William Scott way more than Klain Crawford. He was great. And then you open up the account and it said... It's like Fox. But it said like, just the account started 2 days ago. We just popped up this thing and it's and it's an egg, and you're like, yeah. I don't know what's real and what's not. What I gathered from Twitter, though, what I can anymore, is that the majority of the people felt like I did, of like, this is a piece of shit. And you and I, before this show started today, they weren't out, but they're out right now. This is breaking news here. Which this show doesn't air till tomorrow night, Thursday. We're recording this on a Wednesday. The ratings are down 55% from the premiere of last year. You lost more than half your ratings for Roseanne by doing this stupid shit. What's it all about? Money. That's it. Money. And people can feel that when you're doing something like that for the wrong reasons. People feel it, right? Man, they felt it. Conversely, they felt it with Roseanne. They could. The reason that people, she resonated with people. It's not because she was like so likable and great. It's almost that she wasn't, but she was real. Yeah, and not only that, people, but like, can feel that. Everybody, and here's the thing: why Roseanne worked in the past. To your point, like taking it a step further, is she was unlikable. And everybody knew that family and that woman in that neighborhood who was like that. Like everybody had that just mom or whatever growing up. Yeah. And that's overworked. That's who underpaid, she was. Yeah. Working class, just like tired of the shit. And look, people are tired of the shit now. So what do you do? What do you do as an executive sitting at home looking at these ratings? Because let's face it, on East Coast time, they're not in the office yet, or West Coast time, they're not in the office yet. You're sitting at home, you pop open your computer, and these are your ratings. Like, they shouldn't have killed her off. Basically, they should have made it she just waited. She left, just waits. Wait a couple months, see what really shook out. I mean. And from hearing her, she was just like begging them, like, let me go on all of the
ABC shows, let me apologize. Let me go on all the like talk shows or whatever and just apologize and like explain myself. And I made a mistake. And
but because she's pro-Trump and right.
Yeah, she gets no chances.
Nothing. And they iced her and didn't give a fuck. Whereas...
To the point where she cannot come back.
Oh, yeah.
They just made it like... It's just like, calm down.
Yeah. Whereas James Gunn, on the other hand, who wrote over 10,000 pedophilia tweets and all that other shit because he was provocative.
Jokes, but it was just jokes.
And he said it was provocative and it was to stir up things.
So was hers.
That's what Roseanne does. He just got hired after he got fired off of Guardians of the Galaxy. They're like, oh, it's too much. He got hired to write and direct Suicide Squad Part 2.
And why? Because who did he support?
Because he's a Democrat. Because he's on the left, and it's like, oh, we'll give them a pass, and it'll be okay.
I do see a couple things like that are just too glaringly obvious to not.
It's shit.
You have to see that, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like Roseanne doesn't get. I mean, she's dead to everyone, right?
Yeah.
James Gunn, since he wasn't supporting Trump, we'll give him a second chance.
Yeah.
We'll say, oh, it was a joke. And same with her. She's a comedian. She's an outspoken comedian.
That's not who they want in Hollywood anymore.
I know.
So
guess what? That's what gets the ratings, obviously.
Yeah, obviously. But that's dead now. And the shows that they're picking up, because they're picking up podcasts to TV shows now.
Yeah.
Two dope
but
queens. You've got to be a Democrat.
You have to be really Democrat too.
Super Democrat.
Yeah.
What was the show we watched the other night on HBO? Was it Last Pod on the Left?
No.
Or Pod Save the World.
Pod Save America.
Pod Save America.
Last podcast on the Left is very good. It's a murder podcast. Listen to it. But
Pod Save America.
Pod Save America is. Oh God.
I watched that because they had the premiere on HBO.
Sure.
And oh my God, it's so far left that you can't even. Good luck getting through 10 seconds.
So skewed.
1 minute. I'll give you 1 minute of that. Good luck getting through really any hard. Of it. The fucked up thing is how right they think they are about everything and how stupid they treat everybody else for not believing in what they believe in. Mm-hmm. It's almost become like this weird
condescending
cultist religion where it's just like, wait, you don't believe in this fucking thing? And you're like, man, I don't. Because I keep an open mind. I don't give a shit if you vote for. I don't care who you voted for. Like, just be a cool person in real life. I don't really give a shit. They're literally treating you as if you are a fucking idiot because you don't have the same beliefs. And watching that on HBO was like, man, we're gonna have a crime corner coming up at the end of the show here. But while you're doing that, I want to look up the ratings for that, just out of curiosity, because I was gone over the weekend, so I didn't get to check the ratings. But when I was watching it, I kept thinking, man, who is this show serving? Like 5-10 people tops that are really super into that? Like,
right.
I'm really curious about it because the other one was Alec Baldwin's show.
Know. Yeah.
Alec Baldwin has a talk show now.
Yeah.
At 10 o'clock.
How did that
bombed
really?
Miserably? Yeah. I mean, horrifically. Because again,
his podcast didn't do well. I don't know why they thought I don't know.
I don't either. And like, I think he had a show, if memory serves me correct, on like MSNBC back in the day. Same talk show.
Same kind of deal, right?
That bombed as well. And it was just like, man, when are you going to learn? Like, you can't talk down to people who don't have the same beliefs as you. You can't do it. Like, I might not agree with what you believe in, whatever. I'm not going to talk down to you about it and call you a fucking idiot.
Right.
Like, I'm just not going to do that. Like, I'll move on with my life and be like, all right, great.
What'd they talk about? Trump calling Stormy Daniels horse face.
Yeah.
Can you believe your president, ladies and gentlemen? What the fuck, dude?
I don't care about it.
I don't care, but it's just kind of like, oh God.
Yeah.
And I did a deep dive into Lewinsky.
Oh, did you really?
I did because of this Believe Women thing. And I was like, you guys forget what you did.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, there was someone like many people that accused him of rape and had,
Juanita Broaddrick.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just like completely corroborated. I mean, she remembered everything to the fucking T. She had witnesses. She has people she talked to right after. She had a girl that came into the room afterwards, wrote a memoir. I mean, this lady had absolutely everything.
Everything. Every piece of evidence.
Believe women.
Yeah.
And it's the sort of this thing that it's not that you forget, but you're just like, oh, Clinton. And even Even Hillary, they were interviewing her where it was like, how do you feel about what why don't you look at your current president?
Yeah.
And she crazy. Said, and every time you try and be like, are we doing the wrong thing with this fucking Blasey Ford? And it's like, no,
we're not.
We didn't ever believe women.
No.
So we're just going to keep on not believing women. Depending on who
you're voting for.
Depending on who you voted for, you believe women or don't believe women. Up to you.
Up to you.
Anyway, sorry.
Up to you. Yeah, I saw that Hillary Clinton interview. They're going on I believe it's a 20-city tour, her and Bill right now. I don't know if she's...
God, he's such a scamp.
Yeah, I know.
He's a fucking rapist.
Yeah. Slick Willie, I'm not surprised, so I'm not gonna...
When I talk about believe women, I mean...
But by the way, to
keep
it fair on both sides...
Sure.
Did Trump fuck the porn star? I don't care. Like, I'll admit that. I don't give a shit.
For sure. Isn't he kind of admitting it? Or no, is he saying no?
No, he signed an NDA with her. Like, you should honor that. That's a gentleman's code is what that is.
Sure.
You can't break an NDA, and you did, and you broke the rules. Now, and she lost. She lost that defamation suit.
You fuck.
Now she's going to have to pay those legal fees for Trump. Holy shit. That's into the millions, so...
Your president.
She's gonna be on that poll for many years to come.
Why are we? I mean, they give her that quote like we're listening to someone in politics, even, or someone that has any kind of clout.
Yeah.
So we're quoting Stormy Daniels, like, you know what I mean? My God.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Stormy. It's Stormy, right?
Right?
Can I call you Stormy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or do I call you Ms. Daniels?
Yeah. You know what she's doing now, by the way? She does the promos for Brazzers. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Brazzers. You might know me for sleeping with the president.
Is it Brazzers or...
I believe so.
Campster.
Either way, who knows?
Why would I know?
Yeah, exactly. Why would you know, James? You dirtbag.
You dirty bird. No, I just remember that.
Yeah, of course you do.
Something. Yeah. A long time ago.
No, absolutely. You're a mom of two, you dirtbag. Let's get into a crime corner, shall we?
Better delete those cookies. What? You got to watch out for the cookies, okay? That's the one. That's the one that'll get you.
That'll get you, James.
They'll get you with the cookies.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Crime corner. Crime corner.
Crime corner.
Are you pulling it up on your phone?
No. I just wanted to see who sent it to me because he was like so excited.
I was like, man, can you not use your fucking computer that you've got to pull up your phone?
Shut up, dude. And first of all, shut up. Brutal. And secondly, shut up. Donnie Gates. The mailman.
Teflon Don.
Donnie Gates sent me this one. So wife claims she fatally stabbed husband after slipping on dog poop.
Well,
and it's New York Post, so don't come for me.
Is it really the New York Post?
Yes.
Wow, I'm surprised on that one.
So the thing about this one is all the different excuses, and like I'm in it. I'm in it with her.
Yeah.
I can feel the thing of like the cops are coming. What do you say?
Yeah.
You just stabbed your husband, right?
Yeah, what do you say?
What can you come up with? So a Florida woman arrested on murder charges because he died. Wednesday claimed the fatal stabbing of her husband was accidental because she slipped on dog poop. But they added the suspect identified as Rachel she gave several different statements. So she was just spinning out, which I love. Like I love just picturing the thing of like she gave several inconsistent statements. But what happened in the couple's home in Lake Park, Polk County. Oh, damn it, Orlando.
Is it really?
Fuck.
Florida.
I try not to. So she made a lot of excuses, but none of them made sense. So the initial 911 call, she said she was holding her dog while washing dishes, then ran towards her husband.
Okay.
And slipped and stabbed her husband in the shoulder. Because she was holding the dog and washing dishes, and then there was like water on the floor. But why was she running towards him with the knife?
Where did he get stabbed?
Then later, the shoulder, but it was probably like it went through heart or something happened because he died from it. Yeah. Yes, exactly. Then later in the call, she said that she was holding the dog while slicing pizza. And then accidentally stabbed her husband when she tripped and walked towards him.
Huh.
Okay.
It all seems plausible.
And then
to me.
when they arrived, so she's given all of these different ones before they came.
Okay.
Then they finally get there and she said she was slicing pizza and then she noticed that her dog had defecated, pooped and peed in the living room. So when she went to clean the mess, she was still holding the knife and the dog, right?
Yeah.
If you can picture that.
Yeah.
So she was slicing the pizza, saw the poop, was holding both of them, and was walking past her husband, slipped on the poop, stabbed him.
You bet.
Not her fault.
No, not at all.
Okay.
What did the cops say about this?
So they had to actually that was the shit of it too, is they have to actually
Literally.
boom. They have to actually investigate this, right? Even though they walk in and they're like, fuck. They still need to go through the motions of okay, we need to look for evidence to corroborate when they know it's not going to. So they found no traces of poop or pee.
Wow.
Not one trace.
Yeah.
Swabbed.
It's going to be.
They had to swab
it's gonna
everything.
Be everywhere. Yeah. If you slip on
it's
poop,
at least
it's
going to be on the ground or on your
shoe. Yeah. You would have to Clorox the shoes, the floor, everything.
Yeah.
Did she try to do that at least?
She tried to what?
Did she leave any shit anywhere?
No,
there was
no.
There was nothing.
There was nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, and
so she didn't even.
That's how they got her.
Man,
there wasn't any poop or pee around.
Looking at this from somebody who wants to murder somebody perspective.
Sure.
I wait before I call anyone and make the dog shit and piss on the floor. I take out an old El Monte frozen burrito out of the fridge. I give it to the dog and I let 15 for that to kick in for before that Jackson Pollock explodes.
Right.
That painting
and
explodes out of the dog's asshole.
And then you kind of swish your shoe around in it.
I take his shoe and I swish it around in it. And,
no, your shoe, because you slipped.
Well, no. If I'm the murderer, if I'm the killer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I take.
So she's saying she slipped on the poop.
Oh, she did.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yes. Then
he was just sitting there, right?
I go the full route.
He's just sitting there, minding his own business,
You're
waiting
correct.
for his pizza.
Yep. I slip in the shit. I fall on the floor.
Move your foot around in it. Make sure there's feces. Make sure there's pee. Make sure
all of it. I feed the dog water, everything. Yeah. And then I go for it. And then and I'm going to be honest with you here. You've got to fall back, and have some type of injury to where it's just hey, you have some type of injury. You call. Best. Well, here's the thing. You call 911.
Sure.
And you're still on the floor.
Right.
You have to be on the floor at that point. I can't get up.
You use the knife to kind of knock off because it's still going to be a phone on a cord.
100%.
For them.
Yep.
That's what I'm picturing.
Maybe.
It's lots of paneling in their house and wood paneling.
And one of those old school
linoleum
phones with the cords. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
But you can feel her craziness, right? She stabbed him.
I always can.
And then just, you know what I mean? What does that mean? What does that mean?
I can always feel the craziness. Every single time.
Is that a dig at?
No, okay. At every one of these stories, I can always feel the craziness. I can feel when it's in Florida. I can feel the craziness every time. I'm wearing it.
Sure.
Yeah.
It washes over you. The craziness. But God, you're just trying anything, right? Because you're going to go. You're going away.
Yeah.
So you're just going to try anything you can.
I'd just leave. I would just leave and
let them find.
Let them find him on his own time.
Why don't
just get out of there? Just go to wherever the fuck you're going to go.
Get on a flight.
Yeah.
Go to wherever they can extradite you from.
Because let's face it, if you locked up the house, right? You've got a good 24 hours to go to an airport, get on a flight overseas. If you have a proper passport, and then disappear wherever the fuck you're going to disappear to. And, when they find him dead 3 days later from the stink or the mailman or, whoever it usually is.
Right, or their job.
You're in whatever country you're in, trying to figure your shit out, bartering with people in Morocco, doing what you need to do. Maybe
that's the way, because we had talked before about, where would you hide the body? It's maybe that's the way, because there's really no way to completely hide a body without...
I don't believe that, but yeah.
Acid, maybe. But
shit. Speaking of that, that's what happened. That's one of the top stories right now, it's a perfect segue if you want to get into it.
That's a perfect
Segue. Ready to go. Oh, I thought you were going to complete something else. Yeah. I was waiting for you to go. I thought you were going to.
We're totally in sync. Yeah. We're totally in sync. It's like you and me, man.
We complete each other's sandwiches.
Yeah. Oh, see?
See? What?
Stop,
and now we're going to talk to the most gruesome story
That's
on
my
the
favorite
planet.
game, though, when people try and say the same thing as you. I love it. It gets me every time.
It shouldn't. It's terrible. So this guy at the consulate, who was working for the Washington Post, got fucking murked. Yes.
So
and
did they what?
They found out. They found out what happened.
Okay.
Trump and them got involved, and they're like, "Hey, man," because they got this guy coming into the building, and they don't have him coming out of the building.
Absolutely, I know that.
They eventually had to say, "Hey," because this has worldwide implications.
Yeah.
Couldn't just do that, and I understand Trump's initial unwillingness to get involved, where he's just like, "Oh, a Washington Post reporter."
Right.
Sorry about it. Yeah, he was probably an asshole who deserved it.
Sure.
That's probably what his mindset was, not mine.
God.
Not mine, obviously.
Oh yeah, you would never.
This one gets brutal though, James.
Okay.
Real brutal.
Okay.
Take this guy into it. They hike him in.
Fiance's waiting outside. He goes in.
Yep.
She keeps waiting. At some point, someone comes out, tells her, "Oh, you must not have seen him.
Yeah.
Bye.
Gone.
Better go."
Turns out they had to come up with this story and tell Trump what happened. It's bad. It's bad.
Tell me.
They take him into his study in the other room. There is a team of people who work for they're forensic guys who fucking cut people up, and they're known for getting rid of bodies within 7 minutes.
Okay.
Here's the thing. They inject him with something.
Okay.
And I guess they want him to feel this pain because this doesn't really make sense what happens next. They cut him up alive with a bone saw. He is alive for 7 minutes. They have audio of him screaming.
No.
Oh, yeah. Because they want I think to send a message.
What's the message?
So the guy goes, the guy who's cutting him up with the bone saw, and it tells the other two people he's with that are doing this, he goes, put on some music in your headphones. He goes, that's what I do to get through this. You'll be fine. They've got all of this on audio. This guy is horrifically screaming for 7 minutes straight as they begin to dismember him for 7 minutes straight. You hear him screaming and all of this shit. Yeah, they finally dies after 7 minutes. Well, no, because they dismember him slowly.
Oh my God!
For 7 minutes straight.
God, as much as I love murder,
then
I don't like this.
Exactly.
I don't like this.
Then they take the body, put it in a container, and then put acid on it to dissolve the body. So, if there wasn't video, and that this didn't happen at the consulate,
why is there video?
Because it happened at the consulate.
And they know that there's video, or it's just how do you not know?
The video going in, you do.
Okay, so they don't care.
In my mind, yes.
Okay.
In my mind,
that's what I'm saying.
Well, they haven't said yet, but in my mind, you're doing this not only to send a message and to show that you don't care, but you're also saying, hey man, keep fucking around. And we could literally take you within seconds, and your life will be over in 7 minutes. We'll kill you.
And dispose of you. And make you feel it for all 7 minutes, because we're not just going to shoot you in the head. Or we're going to dismember you for 7 minutes straight and make you live inside that pain, and then put all of your body parts in acid to dissolve you. I don't know what this acid is to dissolve a body. Now that I'm hearing this, we'll find out.
A listener is going to write in and tell us what kind of acid to get to do this.
Right.
So now I'm thinking you have if you can dissolve a body in acid, how do you find that? The only reason they found this is because there was a million fucking cameras and video and audio and all that shit, because you're at a consulate, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering why they did it there.
I think to send a message.
Okay.
Hey, cool. You want to write about our country and keep fucking around? Rad.
So that's the only thing he did.
Because this is the other thing
he wrote about.
Yes.
They don't like journalists going against
anything over there.
Right.
Which, to be real, if somebody's digging around a journalist for all of this shit all of the fucking time and everything, and you're in another country like this, I'm sure this happens way more than we know about. This is one of the first times I've heard about it. But yeah.
Mostly they just put him in jail for no reason, but I guess this is a new level.
Yeah. So initially they had said this was an interrogation gone wrong. Trump and them got involved and they said, hey, fuck off with that. We want the real story. And now they know who did it too. Mm-hmm. The guy's name is Salah Muhammad Al-Tabagi or whatever the fuck it is. I don't give a shit about that.
The one that did it?
All of the Middle East to me means nothing to me in my life, and it never will. So I don't really care about trying to pronounce this guy's name. He's been identified as the head of forensic evidence for this, and he began to cut up the body on a table in the study while he was still alive. The killing took 7 minutes. He started to dismember the body. Put on earphones, listen to music, and he told the rest of his people to do the same. And here's the interesting quote from this that they have from the audio. When I do this job, I listen to music. You should do that too. I wanted to give this exact quote.
Was it a training video?
No.
Like, was he training these people?
No, but here's the thing. When you say a quote like this, when I do this job, I listen to music. That means he does this job all
That's
the
what
time.
I'm saying, and these other people didn't, so they're like, learning the trade
on the job, which,
mentor,
as you do. You know, I remember working at Papa John's. They wouldn't let me make a pizza. You know, before I learned all the toppings and how to,
Same. And at Domino's, I
stretch the dough.
So many people.
Yeah. Samesies on that.
Can't put their fingers on a fucking dough until I can see that they can handle it.
So they have a 3-minute version of this audio tape of all of this where the guy is screaming. The other 4 minutes they don't have for some reason. Yeah, James, that's a real crime corner.
You fucker.
So
you're such a one-upper.
No, not at all. Because this is one of the top stories going on. So
no, I know.
The question is...
I was wondering when it's going to come out, what the fuck happened to this guy, because you can't just say,
they found out within
disappeared
48 hours, yeah.
Sure.
Because this is crazy. So what do you do at this point? Sanctions is about... I mean, you're not going to go to war with fucking Saudi Arabia or whoever this is. What do you do? Sanctions. Do you kill one of that? Like, I don't even like. This is so unusual to me. It's unusual because somebody got caught.
Right.
Usually they take these motherfuckers and they're out in the desert for 7 years and you're negotiating some type of hostage thing.
Sure.
This isn't that. Like, this is no hostage. This is you're swiped within 2 minutes of walking into a building. You're dismembered in 7, and then you're in acid at that point. And somebody's out in the car waiting for you.
Your fiance, yeah.
Yeah. So.
And they have like scary guys come out and tell the fiance, you must not have seen him. He left already.
Yeah.
You've got to go.
Yeah. I don't know what the retaliation is for something like this. But again, in these other fucked up countries, like,
dang, dude.
Hey, man. You're lucky to even be found at that point. I mean, to do it there again at a consulate, there's so many cameras, so much shit. It's literally to send a message of like, hey, this is what we do. So if you want to keep fucking around and send journalists over here, good luck with that.
Our timeshare there is going to go way down in value.
The prices on our, Ugh. And that's Saudi Arabia. Again, all of that area could care less about. And again, if you're working for the Washington Post or whatever it is, like, why bother? Find another fucking job. Because that's what's going to happen to you. Cool. If you're, I'm an investigative reporter. I'm really going to dig on people in the Middle East. Well, congratulations. They're going to dig into you. That is the Middle East, my man.
Yeah, but if people don't do it, we don't know about it, right?
Do I need to? That's the last part of this. Do I ever need to know what goes on over there, and do I care? I personally don't. I really don't. There is enough problems going on in America for me to care about. Mm-hmm. And worry about whatever the fuck happens 10 million miles around the world. Great. I'm sorry. I don't have enough bandwidth for it. Right. You've been killing each other over religion and stupid shit for years, thousands of years at this point. We're not going to change that. So great. You want to go over there and fucking dig around and be an investigative journalist. Same with that. I have the same feeling about the American guy who went over there. That Foley guy. Yeah. Who went over to, what was it, Syria? Mm-hmm. Started, he got decapitated and started digging in. He wanted to take pictures and find out what was really going on. Why?
Yeah.
You know what the fuck's going on over there. So You know, same with that guy. Like, dude, I feel sorry for his family that they have to go through this and all this other shit.
Documentary too, but I was just kind of like, well, yeah, but
he was warned. How many times was that guy warned?
Oh my God,
not to go back there. What, 7?
Many times.
Hey man, stop doing this.
Yeah.
We can't protect you.
Yeah.
Oh no, but I'm gonna get to the bottom of this with my camera.
Is what I do. Yeah. My life.
Well,
I just need to show.
Congratulations. That's your life. Like it's the same thing where it's just like, dude, you want to do this shit? That's going to be the end result. Like, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about it. But what I'm curious though is to what the retaliation is on something like this.
Right.
Because I don't know. This is a rarity.
What was it? People were like, well, why don't you stop that deal of like buying arms from them or whatever, or selling them?
Yeah.
But it's like they would benefit from us not doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's really nothing you can do. Just keep business as usual.
Be of
right?
Be of you. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. With that, let's get to the revolutionary figure of the day, shall we? Let's end this on a sadder, happy one. I'm going to give it to Dennis Hof.
Oh.
Who passed away. Look, he was 72 and he lived his best life, maybe the best life out of anyone besides Hugh Hefner.
So true.
So yes, rest in peace. And it's sad, but you had one of the greatest lives of all time. So he was. In case you don't know him, Dennis Hof was the brothel owner, in the Cat House in Vegas.
Was it HBO?
Yeah, HBO. Yeah, that HBO show, which was awesome.
Totally.
Super entertaining.
Unprecedented.
It's great. He was great. He was an actual pimp. A lot of people talk about I'm a pimp or I do this and you're a small time shit. To open up a bunny ranch, which is what he did, the bunny ranch in Nevada and a bunch of other brothels there.
Like all those ladies called him daddy.
Daddy.
Like he
was
real.
A pimp.
Yeah.
A pimp. And people loved him, man. He was also running for the Nevada GOP Assembly and it actually won the primary. So he was supposed to be on the ballot next month for midterms.
How did he die? Did they take him out?
No. Look, he was 72. Let's face it. I think they said that they suspected no foul play.
Right.
I'm probably sure it was a heart attack or something at that point. But one of the greats.
I love it.
When my book, when At Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed got bought, they had bought his life story, The Art of the Pimp. One man's search for love, sex, and money. And they bought that right before mine. And when they were giving me examples of like what the editors do and the cover people and all that shit, because I didn't know that world. This, obviously it was the first book I wrote at that point in my life. They had given me his and they were like, we just finished Dennis's book and it's rad. And it was like, dude, the cover is amazing. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And the book is great. Like
I'm
he's
sure.
great. He was a great personality.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't meet him or anything. That was the only go-between was that book and all of that shit. But everybody loved him, man, at the office and all of that shit over there. And I was just like in New York and I was like, fuck, man. All right. Right on. I was like, because I wanted to know if the hype was real.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, man, is this guy like, is that real or whatever? And they're like, no, it's real.
Oh,
and he treats people fairly and he runs a business. He is a pimp. And I was like, shit. God damn it, man.
Talk about me too.
Yeah. And he looked great, by the way. So if you go and look at him, because he just had a birthday party last week that was on TMZ. I remember seeing shots of him. He looked great.
Yeah.
He was always a lively personality. So, it sucks. But yeah. I mean, he spent his final hours with Ron Jeremy, Heidi Fleiss, and I think Flavor Flav at his birthday party.
Fleiss
was always there, man. Do you remember that doc she did that we watched, which was super weird with her and the fucking parrots?
Oh, I loved it.
She was saying that was her best friend, and they would always hang out together. Like,
couple of
pimps.
Madam and a
pimp.
Pimps.
Yeah, they got each other. So, R.I.P. Hofster.
Dang.
He lived that life.
The
sad thing is with this guy and now Hefner, I think we're done with that era, which sucks.
Yeah, you can't do that. Like I said.
God damn it.
Me too.
Or if you slide in Fleiss now into his position, I wonder
if it's a woman.
I wonder if you can leave that in a will. Can you leave your brothel and pimp house in a will?
Obviously, you can leave whatever you want.
Be great. Does he have kids? I think he's got a son though. Maybe the son wants to take over.
Boom.
Yeah. Shit. I hope it continues on. I'd like to see Fleister slide in there.
That would be awesome.
Be great. Maybe fire up a new show. They're doing reboots for everything else. Why not fire up Cat House again on HBO with Fleiss in there?
She's a bit tragic, but
it was amazing to watch.
It wouldn't be the same show for sure, but it would be interesting.
Sure would. Those fucking parrots flying around the goddamn garage.
Oh, people would want to do parrot stuff for sure.
Amazing.
Guys would come in for parrot stuff.
How much to fuck that parrot? Huh? I just wanted.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Parrot stuff. Oh God.
How much people to fuck that parrot over there? What language does it speak?
Right.
I want that parrot speaking another language when I come.
Oh God.
Yeah. Should we end it on that, Jables?
I feel like why not?
You're welcome for my brilliance today, Jables. For Jessie Wiseman, I am Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good night, everyone.
Good night.